The mayor of Calgary will not be attending an annual menorah lighting ceremony in that city. Jyoti Gondek says the event has been repositioned as an event to support Israel. This has garnered reaction from both the Jewish leadership behind the event and local politicians. The CBC's Hilary Johnstone has been following the story and joins me now. So Hilary, this is an event that the mayor has attended before. What is she saying this year?
That's right, Andrew. She has. In fact, she attended it last year, Calgary's Mayor Jyoti Gondek. And as you say, this is all prompting a lot of reactions, some of which we're going to go through. But let's start here with some photos of Calgary's Mayor Jyoti Gondek. And like we say, she attended this ceremony last year. This is a ceremony that has been held for decades now at this point, lighting menorah at Calgary City Hall. It was something that will be happening later on this evening. The mayor says that she had asked to attend, but she is now not going to be attending, she says, because this event is now no longer in support of Calgary's Jewish community or only in support of Calgary's Jewish community. Instead, it's also in support of Israel. She is pointing in particular to a poster. She posted a photo of this poster today on X, of course, which is formerly known as Twitter, saying, she says that this shows that the event is going to support Israel along with celebrating the Jewish community. You can see sort of in the middle there, it says unity, supporting Israel, Jewish pride. So this is a little bit more of what we've heard from the mayor today. She did speak about this in addition to that statement that she released, saying that she has always been in support of Calgary's Jewish community, but this change where it's now going to be supporting Israel, that this is something, quote, that was a change in focus and was a surprise to many of us, the change in the language or the tone. This is a little bit more of what we heard from the mayor earlier today.
I'm incredibly concerned that that type of language sends a message that this is an event supporting Israel. If that's the case, if that's something that the organizers wish to do, it could be in the form of a demonstration or a protest like we see regularly in public places. It cannot be done inside City Hall. And that was an incredibly difficult decision for me to make, to step away from attending. But if the politics could be removed from the faith-based celebration, this would be a different situation.
Now, we've also heard from the organizers of this event. Like we say, this is something that's been happening for 35 years now. They say that they are still hopeful that a lot of people will come out. And in particular, they are saying, this is a statement from some of the organizers, quote, as always, and particularly at this time of year, our community does not waver in our support of Israel, nor will our community forget that 140 Israeli hostages still remain in captivity. Our yearning for peace in Israel and Gaza do not run counter to our support of Israel. So that's a little bit of what we have been hearing from some of those organizers in particular, Andrew.
And this story is getting a lot of reaction from politicians on both sides of the aisle. Can you take us through that?
That's right. So let's start with Alberta's Premier, Danielle Smith. We've heard from her today. She says she does not agree with the mayor on this. Here's a little bit of what we've heard.
I disagree with the mayor. I think this is a very important event for the Jewish community, especially in light of the terrorist attack by Hamas. We will be having a representative, Matt Jones, attending in Calgary, and we'll also be having Dale Nally attend in Edmonton. We stand by the Jewish community at this time, and we want to make sure that we know that they know that they are valued by us, and so we will take part in their cultural event.
We've also heard from Calgary's 9 Conservative MPs who have released a joint statement saying they also don't agree with the mayor's decision here. We've also heard from at least one Liberal MP, Anthony Housefather, who took to X to say, quote, Mayor Jyoti Gondek, Hanukkah is a holiday which celebrates events that happened in Israel. Your local Jewish community, which is fighting a horrible wave of anti-Semitism, needs to see you there, pardon me. You are sending a horrible message by not attending. Please reconsider. And just finally here, Andrew, we have also heard from a Jewish organization. Again, this is a statement that was posted on X, formerly known as Twitter. It's an organization called Independent Jewish Voices, which is an organization, a Canadian one. It says grounded in Jewish tradition that opposes all forms of racism and advocates for justice and peace for all of Israel-Palestine. They're saying here, thank you to Mayor Gondek for taking a stand against the conflation of Jewish tradition and support for the state of Israel. So that group anyways supporting the mayor's decision here. But as you can see, a lot of reaction to that decision from Calgary's mayor.
All right, Hilary, thank you.
Thank you.
So for his thoughts on this, let's bring in Adam Silver. He is CEO of the Calgary Jewish Federation, which is involved in organizing tonight's menorah lighting at City Hall. And Adam, appreciate you taking the time. Thank you.
I'm glad to be here.
So I just want to start with your reaction to Mayor Gondek's statement there, saying that she won't be attending tonight's menorah lighting because it's been, in her words, repositioned as an event to support Israel. What do you make of that?
Well, for 35 years, Chabad Lubavitch of Alberta has been having this event, leading the event. Calgary Jewish Federation and our partners and the broader Jewish Calgary community has really gotten behind it and enjoyed coming together as a community with allies, with broad Calgarians, and certainly as a community. This is the first time in all of those years that a mayor has chosen to miss the event.
So what's your reaction? How are people in the community feeling about her saying that she can't do it? It can't happen inside City Hall because it's political, that it's, that if it had remained a faith-based celebration, that would be okay, but it's now become political.
Well, I guess two parts. One, we're incredibly disappointed and harmed as a community. Mm-hmm. We feel let down and abandoned at a time of great, anti-Semitism is rising, more and more alienation, more and more polarization, and for the mayor to abandon what remains the same as it's been, other than the context currently with what's going on overseas, to abandon a cultural event, a religious event that brings people together in joy, to bring lightness through darkness instead of darkness, it's untenable. The fact is that the event has always been focused on Israel in terms of the story of the Maccabees and the Hanukkah story. This year in particular, thousands of Israelis will not be with their families for Hanukkah. They've either been murdered, kidnapped, maimed, or displaced. We're not going to shy away from that at the event, but certainly the event is focused on Hanukkah and on bringing light to dark areas.
So in the past, Adam, as the same language has been used in terms of supporting Israel?
Well, similar content has been and will be part of the program. Supporting Israel, it's not a rally cry. Mm-hmm. I've seen the flyer, and it simply means we're coming together in unity. We're supporting Israel and not forgetting our brothers and sisters over there, and we're celebrating Hanukkah.
The mayor says in her statement that the event creates a divide and forces people to choose a side. What's your response to that?
Sadly, her statement and its anti-Semitic tropes and some of those comments determine that she's chosen a side, which is very, very sad and very disappointing and harmful to our community. What do you mean by anti-Semitic tropes? What are you referring to there when, in terms of what she says? I certainly have to address the language around misleading and that the information has changed. My understanding is that flyer has been out for several days, that the program organizers have shared the content of the program with the mayor's office in advance, and that there were discussions about exactly what the program looks like. So I'm, to say that it was changed or that it was misleading, which is exactly what the statement says, is unfair and certainly sounds like common anti-Semitic tropes of manipulation and trickery. What would you like tonight's lighting of the menorah? What kind of message would you like it to send? I mean, people would have us hide. We still continue to receive threats as a community here, across Canada, globally. We're not going to do that. We're going to celebrate. We're going to be proud. We are so thankful to our allies and those that are supporting bringing light into darkness. And we're going to have record numbers. And how important is it this year? It's important every year to bring light and to be a good example to the world. I think this year in particular, with all that's going on overseas, with the deep loss and hurt, and especially here over the last 24 hours or less, it's incredibly. This is an incredible moment for our community. Adam, thank you. Adam Silver is CEO of the Calgary Jewish Federation.